Welcome and thanks for joining me. I'm going to lead you through a bit of a flow class here. We'll move the body and release some energy, and then we'll settle in for a nice relaxation. So right now, just please sit with a tall spine, however you're comfortable. I've chosen to kneel, but you can do whatever you like, just to let your spine be nice and long, your head held in alignment with the back of your shoulders and the back of your hips. Close your eyes. Just take a moment here to settle in to your body, into your practice. Noticing how you have arrived on your mat, how you feel physically, mentally, energetically. Notice your breath. Just ever so slightly deepen your breath, breathing in through your nose, and try to send the breath right down into the pelvic floor space, fill up to the collarbones. And as you exhale, empty from the collarbones to the pelvic floor space, relax your shoulders, release your jaw. Just a few more breaths here. Becoming more present, committed to staying present throughout the practice and with your breath. And you can keep the eyes closed as long as you're comfortable here, and just let your left ear tip over towards your left shoulder. Feeling a gentle stretch in the side of the neck. Don't force it, just be gentle. And then inhale the head slowly back to center and take the right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale to center, exhale to the left side. Inhale to center, and then exhale to the right side. Inhale to center, let the head bow in towards the heart. Bring your hands up to your heart space and open your eyes. Let your hands rise overhead as you breathe in, stretching tall. Deep inhale. And as you breathe out, release your hands down to the sides of your body. Let your right hand rise up for the ceiling. Left hand connects to the ground. Inhale. Exhale, let the right arm come down, and then inhale, let the left arm rise up. Switching sides, bending over to the left side. And then to the right side. Both hands come down to the ground, crown of the head reaches nice and high. Both arms reach overhead and we stand up on the shins, breathing in. Breathing out, let's come to the heart. Step your right foot forward to the top of the mat. Lunge deeply into that leg, let your arms rise, breathing in. And then exhale, take those hands behind your back. See if you can interlace your fingers here, and then send your knuckles down, open up your chest. Press into your legs, hold your belly firm. Let the eyes come down, hands are gonna frame your foot. Send your hips back, lift your toes. Return to the lunge position, bending into that front leg. Plant those hands and slide your left foot right up into the air behind you. Sole of the foot to the ceiling, lift your heart, breathing in. Breathing out, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, foot goes high, heart goes high. Exhale, bring it in. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Let your knee come back to the earth. Let your belly fall. Your tailbone rises. Lift your chin. Breathing in. And then breathing out. Press into the ground. Spine lifts to the ceiling. Inhale. Belly falls. Shoulders back. Exhale. Round your spine. And then push into your hands. Bring your hips back to your heels. Child's pose. Let your hands drag into your knees. Sit up tall on those heels. Press into the shins and rise. Deep inhale. Exhale into your heart. Step your left foot forward, top of the mat. Deeply lunge into that leg. Inhale, let your arms rise. Exhale, take them back, interlace. Opposite finger on top this time. And send the knuckles down. Lift up those collarbones, spread them apart. And let the eyes come down. Let the hands come down. Send your hips back and lift your toes. Try to support with your low belly here. Broaden across your chest. Return to the lunge. Take that left foot now, slide it back behind you. Sole of the foot pressing to the ceiling. Lift your heart, press into your hands. And then exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your foot. Exhale, draw it all in. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Take your knee down underneath your hip. Send your belly down, curl your toes under, lift your chin. Exhale, allow for the back to round. Inhale, allow the belly to fall, tailbone lifts, and then press into your toe bases. Lift your knees, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Try to flatten out your hands, press your heels down, lift your tailbone high. Take a gentle walk to the top of the mat. Standing with feet hip distance apart, hang your head down here, ragdoll, sway it, side to side. As you breathe in, place your hands on your shins, lift your head and shoulders, look ahead, lift your belly, and then exhale, let it all go. Inhale, lift your head, lift your shoulders, lengthen your spine. Exhale, let it go. Sweep your arms out to the side, press your feet into the earth and rise. Exhale into your heart space. From the heart space, we rise up. And then we exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, soften those knees. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Soften the back knee. Allow your arms to rise up to a higher lunge now. And then exhale, bend a little deeper. Good. Let's start to settle that back heel down on the ground, turning the toes out and turning your body open to the long side of the mat. Let the arms come down to shoulder height, warrior two. Straighten the legs, lift the arms overhead, breathing in. Breathing out, come back to warrior two. Inhale, rise. Exhale. One more. Let's cartwheel those arms down around that front foot. Pivot on your back toe. Step your foot back into plank position. Let your knees gently melt to the ground. Turn the eyes of your elbows forward. Look ahead and then soften those elbows lower to the ground. Curl your toes under. Press into the hands, press into the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, lower down. Try to lengthen the back of your neck as you inhale, rise the chest, the rib cage. Exhale, lower. This time, rise up a little higher, press into your hands, come back to table position. Curl your toes under. Lift your tailbone, lift your knees, come back to downward facing dog. Start to take a walk to the top of the mat, or you can do it all in one step if you like. And then inhale for a half lift. And exhale to release. Sweep those arms overhead as you rise, reaching tall. And then exhale, come into your heart. Release the hands, let them rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, soften those knees, step your left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Stay up on the toe base, soften the back knee a little, let your arms float up, your shoulders move back over top of your hips, and then deepen that knee bend a little bit more. Extend through your fingers, stay with your breath. Start to settle the back heel down, turn the toes out, and slowly open up to the side of the mat. The long side here, reaching forward and back, shoulder height with the arms. Straighten your legs, lift your arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, press back down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press down. Last time. Cartwheel those arms all the way around that front foot. Pivot on the back toe. Step back to plank. You can lower the knees if you like, or lower the whole body. Nice and gentle to the floor. Point your toes. Press into the tops of your feet. Lift your chest. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, perhaps lift a little higher. Check how your back feels. Go easy. Exhale. Press back through table position. Curl your toes under. Raise your knees, downward facing dog. Allow your body to come forward into plank position. Lower back to the earth. Point your toes, lift your heart. See if we can straighten the arms now. Lift your gaze and then curl those toes downward, facing dog. Right leg is going to lift up nice and high. As you exhale, move towards plank, but bring your knee into your right elbow. Look ahead. As you inhale, lift it high. As you exhale, bring the knee to the elbow again on the right side. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. This time, place your foot where your right hand is. Back heel is going to come to the ground. Front fingertips are going to stay on the ground, or perhaps place your elbow on your knee. And then go ahead and open up again to the long side of the mat. Rotating your chest, reaching your arm overhead. Again, you can have your fingertips down on the floor or elbow on the knee. Just reach and lengthen that side of the body. Breathe. And then take a look down at the mat. Your left hand is going to go under your shoulder. You're going to pivot on that toe base, on that back leg. And then the right arm's going to rise, twisting out that lunge. Hand's going to come down to the inside of your foot. Going to hug your knee right into your shoulder here. Push your hands into the ground and see if you can lift your toes towards the back, but keep your knee in place. So we're just hovering here, again, in this plank position. Send your right foot back to join your left foot. Lower the whole body to the ground. Point your toes, lift your heart. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let your left leg rise nice and high. And as you exhale, the left knee goes to the left elbow, shoulders over wrists, eyes look ahead. Inhale, lift the leg. And exhale, knee to elbow. And one more time, inhale. Exhale, bring that knee in and then place your foot where your hand is. Take the back heel down, front fingertips on the floor or elbow on the thigh. Other arm reaches and then comes overhead. Open up your chest. Soften in your hips. Maybe look up towards the top arm. And then the eyes will come down. The hand will come down underneath your shoulder on the right. Pivot on your right toes. Lift your left hand up. Stay strong in that back leg. Lift your inner thigh. Lift your belly. Spread out your hand. And then eyes come down. Hand comes down to the inside of your foot. And you're going to hug that knee right into your shoulder. Push strongly into the ground. Lift just your toes, send them towards the back, but keep your knee on your tricep. And then go ahead and lengthen out that leg. Plank position. Lower the whole body to the earth. Point your toes, lift your heart. Come back to child's pose. Rest your head just for a moment here. Connect with your breath again. And then look forward towards your hands. Make sure your hands are near the front of your mat, shoulder distance apart. Drop your elbows down in line with your shoulders and your wrists, and move your shoulders over top of the elbows. And then begin to curl the toes under, raise the knees, and find elbow plank here. And we're just gonna bring the toes together a little bit in the center of the mat. We're gonna start to dip your left hip towards the left side of the mat. And then make a nice little arch through the middle and dip the right hip over to the right side. Try to keep your shoulders square, come through the center, back over to the left, and then through the center and back to the right. And then we're coming back to center. Place the knees down on the ground, right hand where the elbow is, left hand where the elbow is, curl the toes, and return to down dog. Let the toes come together and lift your right leg up nice and high. Open up your hips this time. Try to stack your right hip on top of your left hip. Send your left heel to the ground, bend your right knee, and your right heel comes towards your left buttock. Both arms strong and straight. Holding on, lift your knee just a little higher as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, float that foot forward. Place it where the right hand was. Back toes turn out, heels come down. We stand up, straight legs, straight arms. Reach across. Fingertips come down to that shin. Other fingertips reach up to the sky. Take a huge inhale, expand, and then as you exhale, bring the fingertips down to the inside of the right ankle. And then inhale, open up, strong legs. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. And then exhale, rise. So the hands are shoulder height again. Turn the toes to face the same direction now. And reach out through those fingertips. Take a deep breath in, lift your chest. And as you exhale, come down to a flat back here. Gaze towards the earth. Soften into your right knee. And then come back to center, reach out through those fingers, soften into your left knee. And then come back to center. Let the hands come down to the earth, lift your hips up a little bit higher, and then exhale, release the chin to the chest, the crown of the head to the earth. Next breath in, we're going to lift up to a flat spine. Look towards the front of your mat now and start to walk your hands around. Walk your feet around, pivoting on your heel and your toe, and then come into your deep, deep lunge here. Let your heart lift. You can soften the back knee. As you exhale, straighten your front leg. As you inhale, bend your knee. As you exhale, straighten your knee. This time we're going to inhale, bend the knee, but exhale, send your foot back to plank. Feet together, squeeze the inner line of your thighs as you lower all the way to the earth. Pick your feet up, heels towards your bottom. Push the floor away. Keep your elbows right into your sides. Curl the toes, lift the knees, and lower down. Lower the knees, lift your heels, and press yourself back up. Good, one more. Knees lift. Elbows bend, we land soft. We let the knees come down, we lift the heels, and we press all the way back up. Curl the toes under, lift your hips, downward dog. Breathe. And then let's lift your left leg up nice and high. Stack those hips, push down in both hands, push down into your right leg, and then bend your left knee. Lift your knee a little higher, opening up, breathing deep, deep inhale. As you exhale, send your foot forward to where your hand is, back heel down, and we rise up. Straight legs, straight arms. Tilt your hips, left hip drops down, we reach across. Fingertips rest gently on your shin, other hand reaches for the ceiling. Take a deep inhale as you expand and lengthen that arm. And as you exhale, bring it down to touch your ankle. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. The next time you inhale, we're going to open, and as we exhale, we're going to bring the body upright again. Turn the toes to face the same direction, and then pull your heels in a little, so now your toes are turned out. We're going to soften into the knees. We're going to bend the elbows. Keep the fingers spread, and just do a little pulse. Up and down. Up and down. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Stay down low. Take your hands to the inner thigh, right on the inside of your knee. Take a deep breath in, lengthen your spine. And then drop your right shoulder towards your left ankle. Create a little twist. Open those knees. As you inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, left shoulder to the right ankle. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, sit down as low as you can. Take your fingertips to the floor and then heel toe your feet out a little wider as you straighten your legs. Release your spine, release your head. As you breathe in, let yourself rise up to a flat back. Look towards the front of the mat. Crawl your hands around, pivot on your toes. As you inhale, we're going to deepen that lunge. Nice, soft back knee. And then as you exhale, straighten that front leg. Inhale, bend the front leg. Exhale, send it back. Last time. Send your foot back to plank position. Squeeze those legs together. Look ahead. Push the ground away now. Separate those shoulder blades. Hug your belly in strong. Slowly lower the body to the ground. Try to make your elbows point back, not out to the side. Bend your knees, heels to your bottom. Push the floor away. Curl the toes, lift the knees, send your heels back, and lower the whole body to the earth. Knees down, bend them, bring your heels to your bum, push the floor away. And we'll go one more time. Heels back, knees up. Body slowly lowers to the ground. Bend the knees, heels to the bottom, and push yourself all the way back here, child's pose. Rest your head, rest your arms alongside your body. Let your shoulders relax. Start to tuck your belly in towards your spine. Let yourself just come all the way up to sitting up nice and tall. Head comes up last. And then we inhale, let the arms rise, come up onto the shins. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Good, let's take your right toes and actually just curl both toes under. Take your right arm, lift it up to the sky. And then exhale, take it back to your heel. Take your left arm now, reach it up to the sky. Opening up. Try to press your right hip forward. Reach your fingers high. And then slowly release. Right arm comes down. Sorry, left arm comes down, right arm comes to your side. And then we'll allow for the left arm to reach up. And then we'll take it back to the heel. Right arm is going to lift now, lifting up towards the sky. Press forward with your hips, especially the left one. Expand and extend. Right arm comes down, left arm comes to the side. Good. Both arms are going to come down in front of you on the ground here. We're going to curl your toes under and try to lift your knees off the floor. So we're going to come right onto the toe base here. Into a low squat position. Feet are together, knees are together. See if we can send the heels to the ground. And then lift up the arms. Keep squeezing those legs together here as you pull your thumbs back and pull your belly in. Feel the weight equally balanced in both of your feet here as you squeeze the inner line of the legs towards each other. And then allow for the hands to come to the heart as you rise up tall. Lift your heart, drop your shoulders, and firm your thighs. Transfer all of the weight into your right foot. Lift your left foot up. And then we're going to take that knee off to the side. You can place it above or below your knee here. Pressing foot into leg, leg into foot. Tree pose. Press hand into hand. One more deep breath here. Slowly bring the knee forward. Bring your foot down to the earth. Transfer all of the weight into that foot as you lift your right foot up. Turn the knee off to the side, place the foot above or below the knee, and then add the pressure. Everything pulling in, zipping up the middle, feeling your strength, your stability here, your balance. Perhaps this time we'll let the arms separate and let them rise, reaching up, opening up. Keep the gaze soft and focused. Let your knee come forward as you breathe in. Place your foot down hip distance apart as you breathe out. Let the arms continue up above your shoulders, gaze up towards those hands, and then reach up as you press down into your legs. Create as much length as you can. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, release, open up, fold your body in half. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, soften, and start to walk those hands forward, nice and slow, to the top of your mat. You're gonna stop when your hands get underneath your shoulders. You're gonna engage your legs, engage your butt, engage your belly, and then take one more step with your hands. So we're a little bit elongated here in our plank. Push into those hands, push them down and forward, push your heels back, and then slowly drop down onto the forearms. Once the forearms are on the ground, lift your heart a little, press it forward. Lift your right foot off the floor, bring your knee towards your tricep. and then place it back. Left knee towards the left tricep. Place it back. Right side again. And back. Left side. And back. Both knees now are going to gently reach for the ground. Uncurl the toes. Press your pelvis down. Lift up your chest. Push into your forearms here. Feel the shoulders drawing back and together. The collarbone spreading apart. The pelvis itself is pressing down, but we try for a little softness in the glutes. Beautiful. Take your elbows wide. Stack your hands. Rest your head. Wiggle your hips from side to side. Release tension in your low back. And then take your legs wide for me, right out to the edges of the mat or past the edges of the mat. Your knees are on the edges of the mat. And we bring the soles of your feet together. Baby toes pushing towards each other, pelvis pressing towards the ground. Hands are going to slide back to the space beside your rib cage. Elbows are going to pull in towards your sides. Your belly is going to hug up slightly away from the floor. Feel the support. And then very slowly, we're going to press up the chest and lift the hips. Take them back to wide-legged child's pose. Extend those arms forward. Rest your forehead down. And then allow for your hands to walk back towards your legs. We're going to curl those toes under here. Keep your knees wide. Come back up onto the toe bases. Sit your bottom back as far as you can. Press your hands forward. Let your head drop in. Take some weight into your hands, start to bring your knees towards each other, and then walk the hands back the rest of the way, forward fold. As you inhale, half lift. As you exhale, release back down. Sweep the arms overhead, standing tall. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands forward now to downward facing dog. Take your feet wide, right out to the edges of the mat now. Baby toes and outer heels at the edges of the mat. Push your tailbone right up to the top of the wall at the back of the room behind you. Pull your belly in towards your spine. Spread out your fingers, anchor in those hands. And then transfer all of your weight over into your left hand. Bring your right hand across towards your left ankle or shin. Begin to twist from your belly. Look underneath your armpit here. Press down into both heels strongly. And then we'll take that right hand, place it mindfully back on the mat. Fingers spread wide. Anchor that hand. Left hand goes across to the right side now. Ankle or shin, and then we twist, looking underneath the armpit. Pressing down into both heels. Place that left hand back down mindfully. Soften both knees here. Look ahead. You're going to step your right foot outside your right hand, left foot outside your left hand, and then drop your bottom down. Elbows are on the inside of the knees. Hands come to the heart space. We lift the heart. Just a little gentle sway, a little movement if it feels good. And then we're going to place some awareness in those feet. Try to lift your inner arches off the floor. More weight into the baby toe edges if you can. Then lift up your seat a couple of inches from where it is. Find the uncomfortable zone. And build some strength there by breathing, staying focused. Press and come up just a little higher now. Elbows will probably leave the knees. We'll just be low in a squat. And then slowly, slowly let yourself rise up all the way. That's it. Take your toes, turn them forward again. And then heel toe in just to hip distance apart. Release your hands, sweep them overhead. Deep inhale. As you exhale, fold. As you inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands down, right leg to the back of the mat. Keep the heel up, let the arms rise up. Inhale. Exhale, take it down. Step your left foot back to join your right. Lower your whole body to the earth. Point your toes, lift your heart. Exhale, downward dog. Lift your right leg up nice and high. As you exhale, step it forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, let your arms rise. Exhale, let them lower. Soften your back knee, step forward to the top of the mat, feet hip distance apart. As you breathe in, let your arms sweep forward and up now. Firm your thighs, lift and look to the sky. And then exhale, release your hands to your sides. Inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, soften, left foot to the back of the mat. Heel stays high, arms rise nice and slow. Have some control, lifting up and lengthening. And then exhale, release back down. Step the right foot back, join the left plank. Lower to the ground. Point your toes, lift your heart. Downward dog. Let your left leg rise up nice and high. As you exhale, step forward, top of the mat. Find your balance and then lift your arms. Exhale, lower. Soften the back knee. Step forward, feet hip distance apart. Allow the arms to sweep forward and up now. Firm your thighs, send your hips forward. Lift your chest. Exhale, hands back to the sides of your body. Beautiful. Let's just take a step back here towards the center of the mat. I'm going to come down into a low squat position. So take your feet just a little bit wider than your hips. I'm going to bring your hands down to the earth. Try to have them shoulder distance apart and your hands are spread out wide here. The knees are on the outside of your triceps or your shoulders. And we're just going to play with a little bit of balance here. So I just want you to let some of your weight go forward into your hands and just see what that feels like. Keep looking down at your mat. And then send the weight back into your feet. This time as you come forward into the hands, just lift your left toes up off the ground. Bring your heel towards your butt. And then bring it back. Both feet on the ground. Weight into your feet. Weight comes forward into your hands. Your right toes are going to come off the ground. Right heel towards your bottom. And then bring it back down. Now you can play with one more time on each side, just doing one leg at a time. Or if you feel ready to try both legs, you can lift both legs up at the same time, finding balance. And when you're ready, come on back down. Bring your knees back towards each other. Bring your heels towards the ground, your knees towards the ground. And untuck those toes. Just place your hands on your thighs and lift your heart here. Close your eyes. Maybe give those shoulders a little circle back and down. Let your eyes open. Just separate the knees a tiny little bit so they're maybe hip distance apart. You're going to take your hands behind you on the ground here. Press into the hands and lift up the center of your chest. Now from here, we're just gonna start to slide the tailbone. Tuck the tailbone towards the backs of your knees. So your hip bones are gonna move up towards your shoulders, and your inner kneecap is gonna move down towards the floor. Find that length in your quads. Open heart the entire time. If you wanna lay back or go onto your elbows, by all means, go ahead if that's what you need to feel a stretch. Stay for 2 breaths. And then slowly, if you're on your elbows, climb up onto your hands. If you're on your hands, press gently into both hands to let yourself rise up. We're gonna let your hips fall over to the left side. Your feet are gonna be right. And then you're just gonna take this right leg and push it back behind you a little more. So your left knee's pointing straight ahead. We're just gonna lift up the chest, spin it towards that knee, and just let yourself fall. Supporting your head with your hands, just a gentle variation on pigeon pose. Letting the hips really soften here. There's no need to force into a deep stretch, just accept this gentle place. We need gentleness right now. We need some places of ease in our bodies to let all of that emotion, that worry, and that stress finally release. Next inhale, let yourself rise up. We're going to bring that back knee back forward again and press up onto hands and knees. Let your belly fall as you breathe in. Tailbone lifts, gaze lifts. As you breathe out, round your spine. And again, inhale. Exhale, really feel that range of motion now. Your body's warm. And then bring your hips back towards your heels. And then bring your hips over to the right. Your legs are just gonna lazily go to the left. Top leg, your left leg is gonna move back. Right knee straight ahead. And we spin the chest towards that right knee. And then let yourself just gently fold over that leg. You can stack your arms or just stack your hands, whatever you need to find a resting place for your head. Rise back up. Bring that back knee back in a little closer. Come back to table position. Now we're just going to allow for the hips to move all the way to the left side as your shoulders move to the right side. And really push your left shoulder forward in front of the right shoulder. And then we'll slowly make our way through center. Hips are going to go to the right, shoulders to the left. The right shoulder is going to move further forward. And then we're going to slowly come on back to center. Let's take your right leg here, extend it out to the side. Plant the sole of the foot down and see if we can heel toe the foot a little further away. See if you can drop down onto your elbows, drop your hips, hands in prayer position. If it feels okay, maybe even rest the head against those prayer hands. That could be down on the floor. You can lift the hands to meet the head. Just connect here. And breathe. Release your hands down to the earth. We're gonna walk them in a little closer, underneath the shoulders. We're gonna heel toe your foot in a little closer, come up onto your shin. Let your arms rise up overhead now. And as you exhale, we're gonna take it over to the left side, reaching up and over. Plant that hand firmly under your shoulder. Reach the right arm over. Plant the right foot into the ground. And then see if you can lift your left leg up to meet your right leg. Just squeeze together. And then place back down. We'll try that one more time. Up and squeeze together. And if it still feels good, extend your leg out. Bring your leg back in. Knee goes back underneath. Body rises up with an inhale. And exhale, hands to the ground. Bring your right foot in. Send your left foot out. Plant the sole of the foot down. Walk it out a little further. Drop down, if you can, onto your elbows. Hands in prayer. Connect with your forehead, your third eye. And as the practice starts to slow down, we really listen for that voice of intuition, that inner knowing, your guide to your truth. Deepen up that breath here, last round. And then we'll release the hands down. Let yourself rise up. We're gonna walk those hands in a little closer. Walk your foot in a little bit closer. Let your arms rise up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, let's come over to the right side. Plant that hand on the ground. Reach that left arm overhead. Extend. Left foot is anchored. Right knee, if you want to, can lift up and meet the left knee. And then we'll bring it right back down again. And if you want to try one more time, go ahead, lift, inner thighs together. If you still feel okay, go extend your leg. Bring the leg back in, the knee back down. Let your body rise up. And as you exhale, release. Come back to the kneeling position. Take a moment. And then let's make our way onto the back body here. We're just going to sit in the center of the mat, hold on to the back of your thighs, roll down. Send your feet to the sky. Your arms are out to T position here. Press into your sacrum, the bottom of your spine. Press your heels up. Lengthen those legs, open your heart. And then allow for your fingers to reach for your toes. Lift your head and shoulders up off the floor. Look towards your thighs. Start to let your legs lower. You can always bend your knees to make this a little bit easier here. And as soon as you get almost to the floor, we pause. Push your belly down. Push your heels away. Reach your shoulders up. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your right knee in. Your left heel is going to come down. Lower your head and shoulders. Pull your thigh into your belly. Outer shoulders press down towards the mat. Transition your hands here to the back of your thigh if they're not already there. And then go ahead and lengthen up that leg again. Try to press out through both heels. See if you can crawl up towards your ankle here. Maybe pull your leg in a little closer to your face. Try to lift the head and shoulders, pull the leg in. Breathe. And then very slowly start to lift your left leg up to join your right. Both fingers now reaching for the toes. We lower both legs slowly to the earth. Press out through those heels. Press down with your belly, with your diaphragm. Holding. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your left knee in, place your right heel down, lay back on the mat. Pull the thigh into the belly as you open up your chest, pressing down into the sacrum. And then changing the grip to the back of your thigh so that you can press that heel to the ceiling, straightening that leg. Lifting the head and shoulders up as you crawl your hands up the back of your leg as far as you can go. You might be able to grab your toes. You might be able to bring your nose to your knees. Just find your place where you're breathing and hold on one more breath. Very slowly, let your right leg rise up to join your left. Lower the head and shoulders down to the ground. Hands just slide down onto the belly. Bend your knees. Bring your feet to the floor nice and close to your body. And then just let those knees slowly drift apart. Bottoms of the feet together. Draw your shoulder blades together. And breathe. Release your hands just off to the side, gentle opening of the arms. Lift your feet off the floor as you breathe in. Try to squeeze your thighs together. And as you breathe out, bring your knees and legs over towards your right arm. See if you can rest the leg on the floor. If it doesn't make it, just rest your feet, turn your head, and anchor your shoulders to the mat here. Allow yourself to feel this rotation for 2 deep breaths. Let your eyes return to center. Your top leg is going to rise as far as it'll go, and then the bottom leg can come up and join the top leg. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, legs this time go towards the left leg, eyes go towards the right side, and the shoulders anchor down as you breathe deeply into your belly. Eyes to center, top leg rises. Keep your legs wide this time as you come to rest on your sacrum. Bring your feet to the edges of your mat and let your knees fall together. Just take a moment in stillness here to see how you feel. And you can either remain here in stillness for a few minutes to finish the practice, or extend your legs out for a full Shavasana. Let yourself take up space here. Let yourself become very, very still. Close your eyes. Begin to relax all of the muscles of your body here. The big muscles of the thighs and the back and the chest. Let them go. the smaller muscles of the shoulders, the face, the hands and the feet. Let them be softened. Feel the weight of your body resting here on the earth. And that rest will allow your spirit to become light. Just breathing. And as you breathe, every inhale, allow it to bring you a feeling of calm. And every exhale, let it remind you to be patient. Breathing in, I am calm. Breathing out, I am patient. Drawing a few more breaths here in stillness. But becoming aware of your body again, becoming aware of your breath. Feeling your body start to reawaken energetically, but it's a calm energy, it's a peaceful energy. It's an energy that will guide you back into your day, into your evening, into your morning, whatever time it is for you. And just allow yourself to maintain that energy as you go through your day. When you're ready, you can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Let that movement guide you onto your side. Just take your time getting there. And from your side, you can press yourself up to sit for a moment and seal your practice with me. Thank you so much for being here and joining me in this practice. I hope the movement has helped you feel a little better. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to be complacent. This is the time to find your stronger sense of faith, a little bit more discipline, and just trust that everything is going to be okay. Thank you so much. My heart bows to yours. Namaste.